So I just got home from work at Absolutely Natural, where I'm working as a temp to help them with some products that needed to be packaged. Spent the whole day pretty much working on insect repellent. Whew, that stuff is so strong, I got it all over me. Anyhow, I'm wiped out and thought I would try to make a really quick meal, but wanted something nice. You can see I got the rice cooker on the cooker, and it has finished cooking because it's been about 10-15 minutes on the cooker. I simply unplug it when it's done. And while it's cooling down, I'm going to go ahead and cook up sirloin chops, is what they call it. Pork sirloin boneless chops. I think I'm going to go ahead and give myself a whole steak. So we're going to make the pork chop steak with onions, and I think I even use minced onions to flavor it. I know we're putting in fresh onions, but I still like the minced onion. And instead of the Badia, because we're going to be using soy sauce, this cheap Walmart Great Value soy sauce that I just bought, we're going to use a salt-free seasoning that I got from the Dollar Tree. So the first thing I'm going to do is heat up the frying pan here. And just use a little bit of oil, canola oil. Now, if I was cooking this in the van, I might not even use any oil. Or maybe just a tiny little bit. This is just so that the meat that we're going to be putting in here doesn't stick to the pan. And I'm just kind of heating it up. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wash this meat. I think if you're gonna cook it like really high heat and hot, it should kill any bacteria or anything. But to play it safe, whenever I have water, like fresh water, clean water, like here at the house, I'll go ahead and wash the meat before I cook it. So let me go ahead and do that right now. So I washed the meat and threw it into the hot frying pan. You can see it's cooking up right now. I do need to season it, so I'm gonna put in some of this salt-free seasoning and some of the minced onion. Let me do that. Looks like this hasn't been opened. I need to open it. Alright, so I just sprinkle this stuff right on top. Kind of generous with it. And some of the minced onion. It's hard to see on here. Do this lid here and pour the minced onion. Then I'm going to flip the meat over and do the same on the other side. Doesn't it already look good? Just let that sizzle a little bit, and then I'll be cutting up some onions to put in there. And then adding some soy sauce, and that's pretty much it. Alright, I've turned the heat back on, and so it can sizzle some more. And I've chopped up some onions here that we're just going to be adding. We're just going to toss it right in there. Wow, look at that sizzle. Smells good too. Now to add the final component, the final ingredient, which is the piece de resistance, the soy sauce, cheap Walmart soy sauce. I'm just going to pour this on everything. Not too much, but quite a bit. And then I just need to put a lid on it and let it kind of cook up. Let me look for a lid. Found myself a lid, and voila! Kind of let that kind of bake a little bit. I think I'm going to flip it over and just kind of fry it up and make sure that the meat is totally cooked on both sides. And it's pretty much ready to serve. So, that looks good. So, I kind of like the pork chop kind of, a little brownish. So I'm going to let that brown a little bit. This smells so good right now, guys. Looks good, smells great, and tastes awesome. For those of you who've been watching the series for a while, then you know this is pretty much the same kind of stuff I cook inside the van using the rice cooker and the little blue too. So pretty much the same dish, just easier to cook in a real kitchen. And we're going to let it kind of cook up, and I'm going to turn the heat off. So I've got the heat completely off. I'll let this sit for a little bit. It's pretty much done, I think. You know, you can tell when pork is done because the meat, all of it, turns white. You know, inside and outside. I'm going to let that kind of brown a little bit. Meanwhile, I'll go ahead and prepare the rice, just to show you what the serving looks like. Here then is what the meal looks like. And it smells really good, and I've already had a little taste. Sorry. It's like good. But to bring it out, a flavor out a little bit more, I am going to make my pepper sauce. And all I'm going to do is just take one of these red hot peppers, slice it into little pieces, and add some lemon juice and some fish sauce. So let me go ahead and do that now. Alright, I've sliced up the peppers. You see the red peppers here. Okay, add the fish sauce. Now, how much fish sauce do I add? Well, I never really measure, but this is about enough right there. I'd say probably about 3 or 4 tablespoons. And then I just add about the same amount or a little bit more, maybe even a little less, lemon. This is lemon juice being added here. And that's pretty much it. Then what you do is you just mix this up and serve it. So let me do that. Let's do our taste test here. Just want to clear the area before we do that. As you can see, I've pre-sliced some of the pork chop. And so we're just going to go ahead and scoop up, take a little piece of meat right there. Maybe even add a little bit of onion. And let's mix up our sauce. Take some pepper with it. I think this is a good size. This little piece here, because this is such a little bite for our taste. Notice I take the pepper and the fish and lemon sauce. So I'm going to try this and see how it tastes. Look at that steam. Doesn't that look good? Oh. This food hits the spot. Now, I can cook something like this on the road while I'm traveling using the rice cooker. The issue would be the hot pepper sauce. I can make it, but it gets kind of complicated to try to make that stuff in a car. Although I might be doing it in a hotel room. But the issue will be carrying around fresh peppers. We'll see. I'd like to be able to do something like this because I really love making fresh pepper sauce. And the stuff's really good. So, until next time, everybody, I hope you're all eating well, staying safe, staying warm. Those of you who are up north, hopefully it starts to warm up for you soon. It was actually pretty cold here in Florida today. I think it was in the 40s and 50s. I'm not 100% sure, but it was cold this morning. It's pretty warm outside right now, probably in the 60s or 70s, but I don't know if it's going to be cold or not tomorrow. I hope it warms up soon, because it doesn't feel like Florida. Well, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and hope you're all staying safe. Until next time, everybody, have a great day.